Hopefully there's no echo. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Let's Get Social. Our first live so long in over 3 months. And I apologize that I am late. I had some technical difficulties, as you can imagine. For those of you that were, oh, it looks like I am echoing. I can hear it. And I'm still having technical difficulties. So this is going to be a trial run. We're in this together because I could not figure out how to not have my camera flip. So I might be just going to one camera because it looks like this camera's going to keep. Hi, Helen. Thank you. Hey, Aisha. Look, I almost put your shirt on today. I actually have it in my bedroom. I was like, oh, let me go put my bold ass mom shirt on. I might still put it on. Is the echoing really bad on your end? Because I've set up another camera, but now I can hear a little bit of echo. So if you're hearing echo, let me know. If you're not hearing it, I can totally ignore it. You don't hear it. That's all I needed to hear. So I am having another technical difficulty, which is one of my cameras, and I know you probably remember this from before, keeps flipping. I have literally did the updates. I have tried to lock the screen. Oh, you says a little echo. Okay, well, let me know if it gets too unbearable. I will just turn off. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Jacqueline. So I'll turn off one of the cameras if it gets really bad. But yeah, I've tried everything. I did an update. I did everything. And that's why I was a little bit late trying to fix this camera from flipping. So it's holding on right now. And worst case scenario, we're going to go to one camera and we will make it work. Yeah, we'll make it work. So I wanted to tell y'all, if I wasn't so flustered, I wanted to tell y'all all about my kind of new sewing space, which I was really excited about until the whole camera situation. So I have a standing desk. Y'all know I love to stand and sew, but I can also sit with it. So I can raise the desk up. I can lower it back down. But I'm gonna leave it up because why? Why would I put it back down? But I just redid this whole space. So I'll talk a little bit about it. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate you. I'll talk a little bit about it as we go do this sew along. But I'm going to be honest with you. I have not sewn anything. I have not sewn a single thing since March, like the third week of March. So yeah, it is, we're going to be doing this together. So I have done the majority of the prep. So let me just tell you what we're doing. So we're doing New Look 6755. Where's my, what did I do with my envelope? I just had it and now I don't have it. Did I put it away? Oh, here it is right here. Okay. So we're doing New Look 6755. We're going to do view B, but the length of view A, if that makes sense. So the main thing is that the difference between view A and view B is the length of the skirt, and also that view A has the ribbons there's 2 ribbons that you can stitch onto the front. We're not going to do the ribbons. We're going to do B without the ribbons, but we're going to do short view A. So as far as fabric, I had a fabric that I wanted to use, but I didn't have enough of it. So that's always the case when you have a fabric that you want to use. So I am using this. It's like a cream colored linen-like fabric that I'm using. So I'm going to be using that for the entire skirt. I'm excited about it. I also am not doing an invisible zipper. I'm doing a regular zipper because this one matches exactly. And I didn't have, even though I guess for the invisible zipper, doesn't matter because you're not going to see it anyway. But anyway, I'm doing a regular zipper because it literally matches exactly. It matches the fabric exactly. So we'll be doing that. And that's basically it. There's 3 pattern pieces. So you have the pattern piece number 1, which you have to cut 2 of. Let me make sure I open it up correctly. There we go. So this is wide so you can see. This is the front and back of the skirt. So you have to cut 2 of these, 1 for the front, 1 for the back. And we'll be putting our pleats. We'll be putting our pleats in this piece. So I do still have to mark my pleats, but this is the front and back skirt. And then you have the side, the front and side back. I'm going to try to keep remembering to flip this camera, just so you know. I don't know if anybody has any tips, drop it in the chat. But I have literally tried everything. I did updates. I turned it off. I did everything. So I've locked the screen. It's supposed to be locked. It's not even supposed to be turning. But the lock, I guess, is not working. So, hi, Renata. Hey, Tydree. Hi, Miss Alethea. Thank y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the front and side back. You have to cut 4 of these pieces. And then you have a waistband. So you had to cut 4 of the waistband. And then you have interfacing, which I have a white interfacing, but I'm not climbing up there to get it. So maybe I am climbing up there to get it. I haven't cut this yet. But the other thing I thought about, which I'm not going to do now, but later, is I will probably put a lining in this skirt because it's white and I know you probably could see through it. So I will probably put a lining in the skirt. I think those are all the pieces. So you do need to cut 2 interfacing pieces, which again, I will do. Oh, I did not flip the camera. I don't know why. It's irritating me. And I remember before we had this problem and I forgot about it until I set everything up and realized like, oh my goodness, we have a problem. The camera keeps flipping. All right. So I hope some are sewing along. And if not, you might sew afterwards. This pattern is marked as easy. There are only 3 pattern pieces, but we can decide together in the end how easy it actually is. Let's see. Hi, Anna. And I got my big mat. I was using it earlier. So I'm going to be talking about some of the things I did with my sewing space to make it more user-friendly. But the main thing that I'm really happy about that I did, and I have another table which I didn't set up that I put right here, but the table that I'm sewing on, I actually made this table, not all of it, but I kind of put it together. I ordered this butcher's block from Home Lowe's, one of them, and I sanded it, I stained it, I did all the things. I cut it, I did all the things to it because I needed a standing table. And then I just got the adjustable table lift that goes up and down. But I created drilled the holes underneath, so the table top is actually like screwed on. It's just awesome. And then I have like extra outlets and stuff like that I attached to the table. I was so proud of myself. But the main thing I really like about this table is that when I'm not sewing, I can take it all apart. And I don't know if you can see. You might not be able to see. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But there's a chase behind me and it opens up and everything fits inside of it. So this space, it becomes like another kind of space when I'm not sewing. So anyway, I'm really excited and happy about that, how everything turned out. It was kind of like my little gift to myself because, as y'all know, I've been saying forever that I need to sew. I need to redo my sewing space, and it started with all the storage, and it ended with getting this table. And then, like I said, I have another table that I desperately need right now, but I just didn't have time to put it up. But next time it'll be put. We'll have it all put up. So, and the other thing, I took extra steps too because I wanted to make sure that I could iron on this table. So I used a certain kind of finish with it to make sure that I could do everything I needed to do. And I'm just like so happy with it. Let me know if the echoing gets too bad. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so let me see. And it's crazy because as many, why is that still saying 2%? As many outlets as I have, I still need more. It's crazy. I got like 1, 2, 3. Well, one of them I can't really access, but I'm still trying to figure out like how am I going to use all these outlets? I got to have all these devices plugged in. Now I'm about to plug in my, hopefully I don't lose anything. And hopefully things don't get too hot. Is that hot? Okay, that's good. Okay, that's charging, that's charging. And this is, so I'm about to press out my pattern pieces or my fabric so that I can make sure everything is lined up because I want to put I did put some of the notches in, but I need to draw the lines and I want to be able to do both of the top and bottom at the same time. And if y'all know, if something is folded, it's not going to always lay as flat. So Baltimore Frocktails is coming up. I'm very excited about that. I have not started, well, I have started my outfit, but not really. So what do I mean by that? I mean that I've gotten like my accessories. I have my vision. I have my pattern. I'm very excited about the theme. I just think the theme is so awesome. So yeah, is anybody going to Baltimore Frocktails or any Frocktails for that matter? I know the Chicago Frocktails, I missed that. That's something that I was thinking about going and I just waited, and then with everything going on, I just ended up not going. But I saw some of the video and pictures and it looked like a good time was had. Let me turn this heat up. So yeah, I pressed my pattern pieces earlier today. You going? Oh, good. I'll see you. Yeah, I'm very excited about my outfit. It's like it's coming. You know how something just comes together? Hi, Christy. I am sewing New Look 6755. It is a pleated skirt. It's a pleated skirt. And I am doing the shorter version without the ribbon on the front. Get some water. So Love my steam, as y'all know. It has some water in it, but I guess it wasn't enough to make it steamy. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be like a little reunion. I went to the Black Sewing Network barbecue. That was awesome. It was good to see everybody there. I was like, I'm trying to get back into the groove. So yeah. Trying to get back into the groove. So anybody working on anything, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. This camera, I'm telling you, Lord, please. Hey, Sabs. Yeah, this is my first time ironing on my table, so I just want to make sure nothing happened. Nothing is happening as I'm ironing. Aisha, you got your Baltimore Frocktails outfit done? I'm mad I missed DC Frocktails. I had a work conflict, so I missed that this year. All right, so that looks good. That's pretty ironed out. And while I'm waiting for the I am going to without burning myself. I'm gonna make sure my notches are all in. Like I said, I did some of them, but not all of them. So I'm gonna put the rest of them in, those that I didn't do. I did have to cut a size 16, so life has been lifing, but I'm actually down. I had gained some weight unexpectedly because I was working hard, and then I wasn't. So there's that. So I'm cutting a size 16 today, and hopefully that will work. Thank you, Sabs. I'm glad to be back. I was looking forward to this day. I was like, but you know what? I think I underestimated the prep time. I was prepping, but I was like, oh, I'm in good shape. And then I ran into the camera issues. I feel like that was my downfall right there, the camera. That kind of delayed me in doing some other things. And before I know it, it was like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. Okay, so I am going to be marking my pleats. And I'm going to be marking my pleats, and I'm going to be marking, yeah, see, this is what, I should have pressed this out really good before I cut it, because I can already see it is, I got like this much extra space. I got like this much extra space, if you could see that, on one end, which is crazy, because that's a lot. So I'm about to cut it off. And actually, it's probably a little more than that. I was going to say something. So during the time that I was off and I wasn't sewing, because I didn't realize like how much sewing was therapeutic for me and how much it was like, I don't know, it was just my way to decompress. But at the same time, I was just like, I don't know, I didn't do any sewing. But what I did do is a year ago, or it's like 18 months ago, I had went and got some plants. I always loved plants. And so I just really got into taking care of my plants, and it has been such a joy. So now I'm a plant mom officially, which I love. That's like my second. So I love my sewing. And then next, I love taking care of my plants. All right. So hi Kiana. Kwana. Hi, Kwana. Zena. Hi, Zena. Thank you for joining, both of you. Kwana, are you going to Baltimore Frocktails? All right, I am just marking all my stitch lines. Okay, let me see. Christy said, what is the fabric? So the fabric is it's a linen-like. It's a medium weight. And so let's see, which way is this pleat going? Okay, so this one is going this way. Okay, let me mark. Oh, I did mark that. Okay, I'm just making sure I have all of my everything marked. All of my. You won't be able to go this year. Oh, okay. Well, we will miss you. We will definitely miss you. Aisha, I don't know if you said nope, you sure do not. Okay. I was just checking back to see if you started your outfit yet. Sporty chic, like that is the dopest theme. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just so excited. Like I feel like we should do that theme 2 years in a row. Because I already know. I mean, I'm excited about my outfit, but I know I'm gonna get there and be like, oh, I should have did this, I should have did that. And I feel like I'm gonna need another opportunity to do it. I have like, as excited as I am about what I'm sewing, I'm like, it's just a come together thing with all my accessories and everything. It's just gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be everything I wanted it to be. All right, I feel like, I feel like I need, so I'm using this red, but I feel like it's too much. need to draw a stitch line from the top to the bottom, and I feel like this pink chalk is going to be too much because it's not going to necessarily go away. And while this blue, I know it will either disappear with the air or when I wash it, so I'm still a little nervous about it nonetheless because it's white. Hi, Few, Sue, and Peace. Hopefully I said that. Fee, So, and Peace. Okay. Hopefully I said that correctly. Welcome. Hi, Gaynell. Welcome. You know what? I'm going to use this yellow. Yes. Okay. So I'm just making my stitch lines. Has anybody made this skirt yet? I think once you prep and we start actually sewing, I think it's going to be a quick sew. Probably the most difficult thing is the zipper, if you consider that to be difficult. It calls for, I believe it calls for invisible zipper, but I'm doing a regular zipper. So I'm gonna turn my microphone back on. So hopefully you'll all hear me. We lost my second camera. I don't know what happened to it, but until it comes back to life. Y'all can see me a little bit while I'm working. You said, no, I want it, but I will need a bigger pattern. Could grade it, but I'm feeling lazy. No, I feel you on that. Let me tell y'all, have y'all figured out like the new places where y'all buying stuff at since Joann Fabrics is closed? As much as we was all, feeling the way about Joann's, that's when you needed stuff last minute. That is exactly where you was going. This box I actually got from what is this place? I got it from your favorite place and mine. That's where I got it from. I got it a long time ago, honestly. I can't even tell you when I got it. And to be honest with you, it was packed away forever and ever until I got organized. And then I was like, oh, I got this chalk. So, yeah. But I got it from Wawek. And it was so inexpensive. I can look in this, I'm sure it's in this, if they still have it, I'm sure it'll be in this magazine, in this catalog. But that is where I got, and this is actually the first time I'm ever even using it. This is the first piece of chalk I've ever used since I had it. I just was like, I was feeling a way about the pink. And I was like, you know what? I could use the blue invisible ink. But I was like, you know what? I'm not taking no chances. I got trust issues, clearly. I was like, let me use this yellow. I've got trust issues. All right, this is the last fold line. It is multicolored. It is, let me see, blue, white, red, yellow. 12 pieces, so like 4 of each, 3 of each. It's 4 colors, 3 of each color. So I'm just cheating so I don't have to draw everything on the other side, or at least I think I can skip it. I am just taking my scissors and cutting where all of the fold lines would be, right in the seam allowance. It's faster. That's for the second piece that I have. All right, there we go. Part of me is like, dang, should I just try? Nope. I have tried everything. And I'm sad that it's not acting right. I'm very sad. Very, very sad. Okay. So now that we have done this piece, I think we can actually start sewing. Let me see. So piece 1, front and back. So for the front, stitch 1 front and back and 2 side front and side back sections together. So again, we have 2 front and back pieces, 1 for the front and 1 for the back, and we have 4 side front, side back pieces. So I'm going to take this piece. And I'm going to take, here's my 4 front and back. Hi, Dee. Oh, you said they still have it. Okay, great. It's $4.89, right? I think that's a reasonable price, honestly. Thought it was a good price. But I got it a long time ago. A while ago. So again, I'm doing the same. To me, a quick way to draw your stitch lines is just fold. You can't see me, but fold it on the line and then just use it as a guide and draw the line down. I do that a lot. I feel like it's a huge time saver for me. So even though I haven't really been going live, I've been really amazingly surprised that I've been still getting a lot of views on my YouTube. I was literally just saying this to Carmen yesterday. They sent me my, like, I guess half a year summary, and then my June, stats. I was shocked. I was like, I haven't been live in forever, and people are still like really watching. So I was like, that just made me so happy. I try to monitor the questions that come in. All right, so now I have put all of the stitch lines in. I have already put all of the notches. I did all the markings. Actually, I'm just gonna move this down. For now, okay. So we are matching our notches, our single notch. Oh. Thank you, Tydree. Thank you. See, you probably the reason. They said, LaShawn, you still hot. Let me say your update to motivate you. All right, so I am matching up my notches. And where's my, okay, here we go. Again, we're doing New Look 6755. Oh, y'all can see. So there you go. The inside of there, I actually have another table in there that's broken down. And then this table right here fits into there as well. Turn the lights on. It's getting dark. Tydree, you coming to Baltimore Frocktails? Thank you. Yes, especially at night, Tydree. Like, I literally, so today I just had a mosquito net put outside. I don't know if you can see it, but it's invisible from far away. But if you're close up, you can see it. So I can go outside because we're under attack. I don't even know how else to describe it. We are under attack, okay? For some reason. Oh, is it just on that one side? Let me make sure. Yep, see there's another notch right here I didn't cut. But yeah, I'm like, we have the lanternflies. We got these big giant green beetles. We got I mean, we got everything. I mean, the bugs are, they're taking over. They are taking over and I can't handle it. So I was like, I don't go outside because I don't like bugs. So I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, let's see. For the front, stitch 1 front and back and 2 side fronts and a side back section together at the sides. Okay, so I think we're doing that. On each side, which is what I thought. Okay, it's not that side, so it's this side. There we go. So yeah, so I'm really excited. I have to finish like putting all the furniture and stuff out there because they literally, I wasn't putting nothing out there until the net went up. But now that it's up, they literally just put it up. I still have to secure it at the bottom. But now I feel like I can actually go outside. Because otherwise I was not going outside, okay, until fall. Because them lantern flies, red lantern flies, whatever they called, they were doing the most. All right, so I'll put that together and it says, okay, it says for front, for back, stitch remaining front and back and remaining side, and remaining side front and side backs together in the same manner. Okay, so we're doing the same thing for the front and the back, but we're going to sew up this front first. So we have the front piece, which is piece number 1, attached to 2 piece number 2s, 1 on each side, and you're literally marking it, matching it up to the, oh, that's not what I wanted to give you. I wanted the front. Can you see me? Front wide. Okay, there we go. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so you're doing the front piece, the front and back piece, which is the big wide piece, and you're attaching it to the side front, side back piece, 1 on each side, and you're doing that for the front and you're doing that for the back piece. So now that we've done all that, we are actually going to sew and hopefully not seam rip. Oh, you say you won't be coming? Well, maybe next year. Maybe next year, Tydri, because everybody was saying how they really want you to be there. I'm just telling you. Just delivering a message. All right, so we are doing 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Let me just make sure. Okay. That's what it usually is, 5/8 of an inch. I need a new iPad. This iPad isn't even old. There's something wrong with it. But by the time we come back next Friday, it's going to be fixed because I'm going to just get another iPad. Or I'm going to take it to the Apple store and see if they can fix it first. Yes, that's what I'm actually going to do. Okay, so 5/8 of an inch seam allowance is what we're doing. I wish you could see me better, but I'm going to try to turn on the other camera and see if that helps. See if it comes on. Here we go. I am a little nervous that this skirt is going to be too short for my liking, but I measured it and it falls right at my knee. So I'm okay with that, but I feel like it's going to be shorter than that. And I'm going to do a nice little back stitch. Okay. There we go. One side down. One side to go. Feels good to sew something. I have a feeling I'm gonna really like this skirt, so I see myself making this quite a bit. Oh, so anybody drop, like, where are y'all buying stuff from now that Joann's is closed? For those that relied on Joann's, and even if you didn't, where are you buying stuff just regularly? If you don't live in Atlanta where they have like a whole bunch of those big fabric stores that we went to when we went on the sewing retreat, like, we don't have any of those here. We need one. Here's an opportunity. Because Joann's was all over the place in Maryland. All right, so we have finished sewing the front into the back. God forbid I have to take this apart because the fabric and the thread are the exact same colors. All right, so I've got my other front and back piece and my two back side pieces. And now I'm just attaching them. I also have to make sure that I put my notch in because I missed one on this side. It's like this thing flips like every 1 minute. You said, I have to drive 3 hours to Dallas for fabric. My friend, your setup is looking exceptional. Thank you. I really like it. Thank you. Yes, I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. It's a wonderful place to sew. If I could just get my camera, but next week it's going to be together because, like I said, this weekend, I'm going to go get me another. I'm going to go get it fixed. I'm not going to buy another one right away. I'm going to get it fixed and we'll go from there. Actually, before I put this together, I am just going to cut my notches on this side. I didn't do it on the other one, so I have to, or did I? I see two little cuts here. Okay, I did. They just didn't go through enough. Okay. So I'm just matching up those single notches on the side. And then I'm clipping. I have to drive 5 hours. Wow. Okay, so look, I guess that's the life luckily I have a ton of fabric that I'm still like on my quest to use. During the Black Swan Network barbecue, there was a fabric swap, and I was determined. I said, I'm not taking anything home. I think I took home one pattern. That is it. Fabric and pattern swap. I gave out, I brought patterns that I had duplicates of, well, even more duplicates. And I even gave away Know Me patterns that I had 3 and 4 of. I don't know how I had so many, but I had a lot of everything I gave away. I had multiple of. So yeah, but I was like, I'm not bringing nothing home because my cabinet, in fact, I could have gotten rid of more, but I wasn't ready. So maybe Baltimore Frocktails might do the same thing. Bring some fabric, do a fabric swap. That would be nice. And I can have time to get rid of some more stuff. It's like, you know what? It's so funny because I don't like giving my fabric away. I keep it because I'm like, you never know when you might need some fabric for something. But it's different when you're giving it to people that you know will use it or you believe they'll use it. So I didn't have any problems with giving it away and not taking any home. All right, now I'm going to sew 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. I am also going to, for the record, I didn't serge this, so I'm going to use my pinking shears. Ooh, excuse me. I'm going to use my pinking shears on this. And maybe when it's all finished, I will serge it. I might have to rethread. Thank y'all for being patient with this. Thank you with this camera. I appreciate that y'all are. Because it cannot be an enjoyable watch to see the camera flip every minute. But y'all have always been so patient. So I appreciate it. I do not take it for granted. I'm gonna rethread this in a minute. Do a little back stitch. All right. We'll do this one, then I'm gonna rethread my. Oh, well, I guess it said you will rethread today, right now. So did anybody drop in the chat? Oh yeah, I'm going to use the pinking shears to while we're on here. I sure am. I haven't used pinking shears in, I think I could say years, maybe. But today, because I know this, I will not be able to wash this unless I either serge it or use the pinking shears. So yes. Come on. go. Just threading my needle. Okay. So now I'm sewing this other end on. Oh man, that thing. I'm actually going to try to see if I can log in from my phone too. See if that makes any difference. All right. Okay. So normally, if I were to, okay, that looks good. So one of the things I would recommend is that before you, if you're going to use pinking shears, before you cut off your seam allowance, make sure your skirt will fit. But this is a pleated skirt, so it has a lot more fabric. Like this skirt is way larger than like this is just supposed to be the front piece. See? Oh, let me turn this so you can see. Right. Okay, so this is just the front, or this is just the back. They're the same, so whatever. This wraps my whole body. So what I would normally say is don't cut your seam allowance until you know that the skirt actually fits, because then it's gone. But in this case, I can adjust the pleats. I can make the pleats a little bit less, and it's not going to be a big deal. And I actually think that I may have to do that anyway. Well, maybe not. I was saying because I've gained weight and but I've cut a size 16. I should be good. I should be good to go. So I have two kinds of pinking shears. I have, these we gotta be careful. I have a rotary cutter pinking shears, and then I have these regular ones, which are the ones I'm going to use today. The rotary cutter pinking shears are, I don't have the blade on it there, but here's the blade. You can see. It's basically just the same, like a zigzag around. And I think it's easier. Well, I think it can be easier or faster. I mean, easy is relevant, because this is not difficult either. But, so here's my edge right here, just straight. Here's the pinking shears with the, can you see the little zigzag on it? And I'm literally taking my seam allowance. You can't see it because far away, but I'm literally taking my scissors and I'm just cutting that last little bit off. So I'm still leaving some, because like I said, I might end up serging it, but I'm going to show you. But this is basically what I'm cutting off. So I'm not getting really close. I could get closer. But the whole goal is to have that zigzag so that it doesn't fray. And it's crazy, but it does matter. It does matter. You would think, how does this make a difference? It does matter. I don't know how, but it does matter. So if you could see, I don't know if you could see that, but so again, I left a lot of the seam allowance on there, but I'm just cutting that very end. You don't have to necessarily leave that much, because if I were to serge it, I would serge it all the way down. But this is pretty quick. This is actually, well, it's not quicker than serging, but it doesn't take that long. And I'm saving time by doing it when I'm, you know, the seam allowance of two pieces together, because then I can serge, then I can use the pinking shears on both pieces at the same time. Okay, here's the other side. It's not perfect, but it's not a perfect straight, but you get the point. There we go. But every part has the zigzag. So that's really all that matters, because it will prevent the fray. You said when there's no time for the overlock locker, it's pinking shears. You said you can't, D said I can't even find my pinking shear. I haven't used mine in forever. I have not used it in forever. But it was quick. It's done. And actually, do the other piece. Do the other side. It doesn't take long at all. Main thing is you just want to make sure you're not cutting anything you don't intend to cut. But this will enable me to, even if I don't ever serge it, I'll be able to throw this in the wash machine, and I don't have to worry about it fraying. And that's my main thing. You don't want to do all this work and then you forget, and then you throw it in the wash machine. And this is white, so it will be washed. It will get its fair share. It will get its fair share. I'll look at it and it'll need to be washed. It's like, oh, I'll think about wearing it and a stain will get on it. Y'all know how white does. That reminds me, I had a work reception to go to. I flew in, I was there I had a couple of different things to go to. So I had to pack a lot more clothes than what I normally, and by a lot more, I mean like, two outfits, because I had 2 days where I had different things I had to go to. So I had to dress differently. Normally I try to wear the same thing for the whole day. But I had different things that I had to go to. So I'm going to this reception. I flew in, I got into my hotel. I'm getting ready for this reception. I had to change my clothes. And I had a white shirt on, cream, whatever, the same color that I'm sewing today, which is like this off-white. Oops. And I'm in the bathroom. I'm putting my makeup on. I put makeup on my face. I go to wipe it, and all of a sudden a big gunk of the makeup goes on the middle of my shirt. I was actually wearing a blazer too. Not on the right side, not on the left side, but in the middle. No way for me to cover it up. No way for me to like do anything, because of course you have to be really careful when you get makeup on your clothes. Otherwise it could set in there. So I'm like, oh, I don't have time. I'm running late. So then I'm like, I don't even have extra clothes. Because I have clothes for everything I have to go to. I don't even know. God bless me with this like magical moment. And this thought came to my mind, turn the shirt around backwards, because I knew I was going to have this blazer on, because I had, again, this big gob of makeup right here. I wore that shirt backwards the whole night, and nobody knew anything different. It was the best thing that I could have ever thought of, to turn that shirt around backwards. I mean, it might sound like a easy, but I was stressed. So for that thought to come to my mind about what I was going to do. So anyway, that's my experience with white. Had it been black or any other color, it would have probably never even got makeup on it. But if it had, I would have been able to hide it. It would have been no big deal. But because it was white, it had to do the most, like white always does. White, light, and everything else that looks white. All right. We have pinked the front and the back. Okay, so let's see. So we've done that. We are not doing the ribbon, so we'll be able to skip that. And now to make pleats on inside, bring the stitching lines and solid lines together, matching the large circles at base, then stitch from the upper edge to the lower large circles. Okay, so literally we're putting the pleats in. So I'm gonna start with this one because this is the one that I actually put all of the yellow lines on. So we have stitch lines. And let me see which one is which. Because fold line, stitch line. Okay, so here the first one. Oh, here we go. I was like, where's my pattern piece? I have to see what it is for. So there's only one. Okay, so the first thing that we're doing is our side front piece. And where is my yellow? This is the problem with the yellow. So the thing I love about it is the thing I don't like about it, which is I can't see my line. Because I did it in yellow so that I couldn't see it, and I cannot see it. Oh, because that's the side I didn't do any line on. Okay. Here we go. Is this the one? Yep, here we go. And, oh, sorry. I'm trying to remember to keep looking over there so that woo. Okay, here we go. Make sure I'm doing this right from the beginning. Here we go. On the inside, bring stitch lines and solid lines together. So this is my solid line, this is my stitch line. Sorry. I'm just looking to make sure that I do this correctly. So this to here. I think this is right. Okay, now let me show you what I just did. So this is your side front piece, and this right here represents the solid line. You can't see it, but there's a yellow line right here. This is the inside. So let me do it this way. This is the inside. So this is the solid line, basically this edge. And then right here, you can't see it, it's very light yellow, is the stitch line. So basically it's saying I'm going to stitch, bring the solid line to the stitch line, and then there is a dot like basically 3/4 of a, not 3/4, like basically right here. And this is what I'm going to stitch from here to here. That's what I'm going to stitch. So I need to put the dot on here. No, wrong side. And you're doing it on, just to be clear, you're making the pleats on the inside. Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to make a little dot right here so I know exactly where I need to stop. And the crazy thing is that I put all the lines on the right side and I'm sewing on the wrong side, on the inside. So I'm just going to make this one. All right, there we go. And now I'm just going to stitch this down. And let me see, am I doing from dot to dot? So bring stitch lines and fold lines together, matching large circles based, and then stitch from the upper edge to the lower. So it wants us to baste it. Stitch from the upper edge to the lower large circle. Okay. Press pleats towards the center and then baste across the upper edge. Okay. So I'm bringing this here. Oh, I guess they want us to baste so that when you press, it's even. That's a lot. Because you're basically, they want you to baste the whole thing and then do a regular stitch from the top to the bottom. That's a lot. I am just going to stitch from the top to the bottom and then press each one. All right, and just I feel like there's something in my shirt. I have like this extreme fear of bugs, and I keep saying I'm gonna get hypnotized for it because it's unrealistic. That's the only way I could describe it. It interferes with my life in a way that I do not like. But I do not like bugs, and there's no other way around it. It almost feels like you should press this before you stitch it. All right, so that's one. Then I need to press this. So while this is an easy sew, I definitely believe it's easy. It's a lot of little steps to it. So while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm gonna look for the next. And it is right here. I'm just gonna clip this. And right here. I feel like this is not right. That's 1, 2. To the end. Okay, so there is one that needs to be. So this needs to be right here. All right, I'm just lining up because I think I'm gonna press all of these. No, this isn't right. I'm doing something wrong and I have to figure it out. Sorry. Unless they're going so let me just show you the pattern piece so maybe you can give me your thoughts. So basically it's saying take the straight edge and fold it over or bring it to the so this one is one. It's saying move this one this way. And then, but then for this one, it's got an arrow going both ways. So I'm thinking it is, and here's your dots right here too. I'm thinking it's this. And this, like you're folding it this way. And then for this side, it's going to be, maybe it's this and this. So it's going to be like this, 2, 1 pleat. Here you go, like that. That's what I believe it is. Does that make sense? That's what I think it is. And then I think we're doing the same thing here. So once that's there, then I think we're doing the same thing. Maybe it's here. This piece to this piece, like that. So I think, let me try to pin that. And I'm taking out the first one that I did because I believe that that is, I don't think that's right. So this is going to be the tricky part because, of course, The thread and the fabric is all the same color. So I just need to get one piece. I'm so nervous. I don't want to put a hole in my fabric. All right, there we go. And I started to like, oh, let me use a different color. But I was so nervous you were going to see it after the garment was finished. And I was like, no, let me not. It's like, let me not. The hard part about seam gripping is when your fabric and your thread match exactly. All right, there we go. Finally, I think I asked this earlier, but has anybody made this skirt? I think the answer is probably no. But if you have, and I'm on the right track as far as the pleats, let me know. Drop it in the chat. I'm never too humble to take a tip, suggestion. I always appreciate them. Well, I shouldn't say too humble. I'm always humble enough to take. I'm never too cocky or whatever the word would be that I can't. All right, there we go. It's coming out. So I think what I'm gonna do is press and then sew. Okay, there we go. We got that out. I think I'm gonna press and then sew it up. I think that'll be the easier way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to press. Just look at this. I gotta make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, so this edge, this goes to here. And I'm going to clip it at the top so I know exactly, and the bottom. So I know exactly what I'm pressing. Okay, so that's done. And I have this gap, and then this is going to go lead to here. And clip that. 2 folds turned away from the other. And thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate you so much, always. Box pleat, 2 folds turned away from the other, and the underfolds meet at the center. Got it. Thank you. I needed that. Okay, so that makes that. So that's one. And then these, okay, so they meet in the center. Okay, that makes so much sense. Oh yeah, look at that. See, all of us need a friend like Marilyn to come to the rescue, because that makes so much sense. All right, and now that she's explained that, everything is coming together. So I'm gonna actually, I still am gonna stick with the plan to press it all first, because I feel like it will just be easier to press it and then stitch it. And I'm clipping, using clips on the top and the bottom. Oh yeah, look at that. We were struggling, Marilyn, and by we I mean me. That is coming together. Okay, y'all, I will show you in 1 minute. Look at that. That just got so much easier. Okay, there we go. Marilyn, have you made this skirt before? I really like it a lot, and I actually think it's going to be something that I make a lot. Oh, thank you, Miss Alethea. I appreciate you so much. You said no. Okay. Well, I really like this skirt a lot. Even though, I mean, the picture, they could have used better fabrics, and I actually have this suiting fabric that I want to use to make it. I didn't want to do it this time because I was like, I need to make it a couple times before I use my suiting fabric, but because I plan to make a full suit and then some extra things with it. All right, let me see. So it's coming together. Okay, so there's 1, and then there's 2, and that's center front. Okay, that's the front, and then we're on the other side. Okay, so this is my center front is in between these 2. Pieces. Let me just make sure I did that right. Okay, so there's that. So I have 1 pleat, 2 pleats, and then 1, 2, and then this should be the center front. Okay, now I'm doing the same thing on this side. Okay, here we go. this side. All right. Let me just make sure. Just making sure I have my center front right. Okay, it's right here, so I'm just gonna mark it. Okay, that's perfect. You like pleated skirts. I do too, especially this kind of pleated skirt. I really like it. I'm okay. And it's really gonna look, even after I iron it, before I do the stitching, you're gonna be able to see. I'm gonna press it and you'll be able to see right away that it takes shape. Marilyn, you saved me because I was trying to figure that out and I was doing something completely different. So you saved me. Oops. That broke. Okay. And here's the other side. Now I can see why they want you to base this, but that's still a lot. Can y'all hear that music? Hey, Anthony. Thank you for joining. You can hear it a little bit. Yeah, look, that's the official sign that it's summertime and it's Friday, because you can hear the people out with their bikes and those little 3-wheel cars, and then you could hear the people with their music, and some of those are all the same. All right, so I have all of that, and now this also has a pleat in it, and let's see, I think this is just a regular pleat. It is front. What is it? To the stitch line. Let me see. It is. Okay, here's the stitch line. Okay, I think this is it. Front to the stitch line. There we go. I think this is right. Yes, that's right. Okay. Right. Let's see. Stitching. I'm going to press all of this out. And then I'm going to show you. Anthony, do you know how to fix my camera? It keeps going sideways like that. All right, there we go. All right, now we're ready for the iron. And let me just add. Because I feel like this will help it to, I think it doesn't press as well, just right on the wood. So I might have to make me a table cover to put on this so it can absorb all the steam, because the wood, it wasn't doing, even though it can take the heat. You say you'll look at it tomorrow. Okay, thank you. All right, my son's going to look at it tomorrow. So hopefully by the time next week comes, we will not have this problem, because y'all should not have to watch like this. That is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. Ooh, hot. Marilyn, can I say thank you one more time, just because of you, we are on the right track. And I can be so grateful for that. And it's just taking shape. Move this all over a little bit. This skirt is definitely going to need a lining, because I could just see how see-through it actually is going to be. That's a problem, but it can be dealt with. Just reclipping this. All right. Again, I've already like pinned all the pleats in place, and I'm just pressing them so that it makes it easier when it comes time to sew. Again, I can see why they want you to base stitch this so everything stays. But that's a lot. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you. I missed y'all too. I'm telling you. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I really do. I'm telling you, y'all the best because not only are y'all patient, y'all got all the information. So when I don't have it, I know it's somebody out there that's going to have it. So I got a couple more pieces to press. And then I'm going to show you exactly what I did. And this is going to make it so much easier to sew. So much easier now that we've pressed it. Yvonne, you working on anything? You sewing anything? All right. Now let me just press the top part of this. Oh, this skirt is going to be so cute. Already see it. Can already see it. And I think this is probably too wide. So I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller. There we go. It's nothing like having a good iron because even when you make a mistake and press something, you know you can press right over top of it and get rid of it. And it'll be gone just like that. And did I do that right? Yeah. All right, so I'm about to show you what I did, which is basically just press all of the pleats that I'm going to sew in place. Oh my goodness, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, so if y'all can see this, let me just turn this around wide. Okay, so I pressed, I'm going to do all my stitching on this inside, but basically it is only going to be the top portion. There's a dot, there's a red dot, or mine are red. There's a red dot like basically this way, I mean this length down, maybe like 3 inches down on each side, but I've pressed them all in place. So And as Marilyn was so gracious to point out, it is box pleats in the middle, or basically for the main front and back pieces. And then the two side pieces is just a single regular pleat that you put in on each side. I mean, on one on this side, one on this side. So this is what it's supposed to be. And like I said, I'm going to sew down, and let me just show you on the, yes. And then I'm just going to sew them all up at once. So basically here's the skirt, and I'm literally going to sew on the inside because I didn't do the basting stitches all the way down. I just did it from the top to, I'm just going to sew from the top to the dot, 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 all the way. That's what I'm going to do. So that is what I'm about to do on the inside. So what I showed you was the outside, right? Isn't that what I showed you? Let me make sure. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let me see. Hey, Chris. I know you're like, what? I'm back. Finally. Okay, so here we go. And let me see, does it tell us? No, it does not tell us. Okay. Okay, there's my dot. So this is just a little bit of sewing. Chris, what are you working on? Okay, now you working on anything? Oh yeah, that pressing makes this so much easier just to go straight down and sew each piece. Let me see. You said, girl, not a thing in a sewing slump at the moment. I understand. I understand. I definitely do. Sometimes it's like that. You just got to take a little break, refresh. You entered in your period of rejuvenation. And when you come back, you're going to be on fire. I was very nervous about sewing today. I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to remember everything? You know what? I didn't need to do that, did I? Okay. We might take that one out. But for right now, we're going to sew this one. Chris, have you ever made this new look? 6755. Almost halfway, basically halfway done. I'm in the middle right now. Middle is done. Now to the other side. So anyway, I was saying I was very nervous about coming back. I was like, I haven't sewn anything in 3 months. Will I remember? You know, will people show up? Either way, I mean, I guess I was less worried about whether people show up because I was like, I'm going to sew. You know, I was like, because, you know, I figured it'll take people a while to realize I'm back. But I was definitely nervous about how long it would take and all of those things. And bless Shishi, because I know she covered for me every Friday. And hopefully y'all tuned in for her when she was covering for me, because she was sewing every Friday, even last Friday, 4th of July. Okay, here we go. mean, got off to a little slow start, but I think things are going. Things are definitely going. I can tell you I will be making this skirt again. That is for sure. All right, I have 2 more pleats. Last one. Last one. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. I was like, did I? All right, this is, oh, let me turn this around for you. Here is the front, and you could see it literally is going around the front. So that's the front. It is way above my knee. My knee is down here. This thing is like way above. Well, I guess it's going to have the top part. So maybe once the top part is on, then it will be. But yeah, this is the front. I'm a little nervous about how this is going to fit, but okay. Did I unplug that? No, I did not. Is that too bright? Let me know if that's too bright. Ooh, that is bright. Let's see if we can turn it down. All right, that might be a little bit better. Let me know if that's too bright. Good night, Miss Alethea. Thank you. I appreciate you for joining. You say you don't have many new look patterns. Well, if you see some that you like, let me know. I'm more than happy to send them your way. I would love to do that for you. So let me know. You would not be it would not be an issue. So if you see anything you like, let me know. All right, so now that I know what we're doing, turn it onto the wrong side. We're going to do this. Oh my goodness, this is driving me insane. Absolutely, I'm 100% serious. 100%. So please. So I'm doing the same thing with the back. So I'm just clipping it at the top and the bottom so it lines up in the middle. And doing the same thing on the other side. I'm just making basically two pleats facing each other. And then eventually I'm going to, wish there was a way, I guess I could end this. Just to help it stay in place, because it's not staying. There we go. The clips help with the bottom and the top, but then you got everything in the middle just kind of doing its own thing. I don't see how somebody could base this without pressing it first. I almost feel like that's just not even feasible to do that, especially with the longer skirt. Just seems like it's not feasible. This is going so much faster now. Even with me doing the extra steps of using pins to pin this in place. So the other thing is, I've been thinking about while I, wasn't sewing is I was talking to somebody recently about it. I am definitely going to start using my cover stitch machine, and I'm going to do projects that actually call for the cover stitch machine. Like, all right, let me do this. So that's one, that's two. There we go. Now let me go from this side to this side. I'm doing the other side now. go. For some reason, this fabric, this side, it's the same fabric, it needs more, like I'm having to use pens to actually hold this in place. Whereas the other side, I was able to do it without pens. All right. All right. I've got 2 more, and then we're going to press and sew. Right, and last one. There we go. All right. Now it is time to press all of these pleats, and then we're going to stitch just the top to the dot. Oh, let's pray that my son can fix this for us so we don't have to endure this for another week. All right. Here we go. I forgot they used a little mat. think we have gotten this thing pressed pretty good. All right. We have pressed this, and now we are going on to the next step, which is to stitch just the top part of it. Let me just make sure I have my dots. Put the dots on here. I just need to put a couple of dots so I know exactly where to stop. All right. Here we go. Hey, Julian. How are you? Hey, hey. Thank you for stopping by. We are working on new look 6755, which is like a pleated skirt. I'm doing view B, but I'm doing the length of view A. So right now we are literally in the process of sewing down our pleats. We did the front and now we're doing the back. Yes, that's right. We did the front and now we're doing the back. Are you working on anything right now, Julian? You sewing anything? Got any projects? Okay, these pleats are coming along. They're going in fast. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I'm going to turn y'all right side in 1 minute. Thank y'all for hanging in there. Back in to do some sewing work in Alabama next week. Okay, packing. Okay. All right. You now doing sewing work in Alabama. Okay, I love that. Okay. This is going so quick. I have like 3 more pleats to sew. Oops. Oh, I think this one I may have. Okay, it's not too bad. I thought I missed the pleat, but I did not. So that's always good. All right. Where is it? Right here. Okay. And last one. Okay, we have finished the pleats for the front and the back skirt. I'm just going to take these pins out. Front and the back skirt is done. Here we go. I think the pleats are probably supposed to be a little closer together, but next time. This is the first time, so next time we'll definitely do that. Okay, now where's my instructions? Here we go. Okay, so next thing is we are going to do a stay stitch along the top and then apply our interfacing to our waistband and sew on our waistband. So let's see, do 5-0 for the stitch. Oops. Oh, good, it's still in there. Cynthia, hey, thank you. Thank you. Glad to be back. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you for that. We are doing new look 6755, a pleated skirt, and we are about to embark on the waistband. I'm just doing a stay stitch in the top, but I'm also trying to make sure that my pleats don't get all, even though it's a stay stitch, I want it all to be laid flat. So all right, there's that. And this side as well. Just about done. All right, so we have put our stay stitch in our skirts. And now it is time for us to pull out our waistbands that we have, that have been patiently waiting. Here's our waistbands. And we have, I'm trying to see, I do have white interfacing cotton. Just, ouch. I'm just looking in my looking to see, did do I really want to, oh. What's this? Is this interfacing? This is interfacing. Okay. Found some without having to go into the cabinets. Boom. So we're gonna make this quick. Only 2 of the pieces have to be interfaced. So we're down to last steps. I'm not saying fast, but I'm saying we're down to the last couple of steps. So we are applying this interfacing, and we're sewing our waistband. And we have to put our zipper on. And that will be it. So I'm gonna be real careful to not get my iron on this. Just trying to I'm gonna cut these out, but I'm just pressing it on there so they are on there really good. And then I'll press them again once I cut them. Okay. Jacqueline, excuse me, Jacqueline, hey. Thank you for joining. Thank you for stopping by. We are sewing New Look 6755 pleated skirt. We are doing view B, but the shorter length. And right now, we just finished putting our pleats in the skirt. And right now we are working on our waistbands. I'm putting some interfacing on. So we have, the last things we have to do are waistband, zipper, then I'll have to hem the bottom, but I won't be doing that. I think I will, fingers crossed that I will be able to fit it. I feel good about it. Let's just say I feel good about it. And if I can't fit it today, I'll be able to fit it next week, because that's the kind of path I'm on. So I'm focused on my self-care. I love these scissors. They cut so well. I ordered them from online, but I saw them on Instagram. I know some people have them. These are the, what are they called? Guggenheim. I think that's what they're called, but I love them. They work so well. I haven't had to sharpen them yet, and I've had them for a little bit. All right, let's see. Let's put some real heat to this and get this down. Thank you all for hanging in there with the camera situation being what it is. Well, y'all can see all my stuff on the floor. I'm just throwing everything on the floor. I gotta get me a little trash can in here. I realize that now. Gotta get me a little trash can. Hot. Oh, no, we won't be doing it that way. All right, let's let that cool down, and we'll do this one. So again, the waistband, you have 4 pieces, only 2 have to be interfaced. While interfacing, let's see what the next steps are. Fuse the interfacing, then we're going to stitch the uninterfaced waistband sections together. Stitch uninterfaced waistband sections together at the right side, matching the notches. Oh, I gotta make sure I gotta put my notches on here too. This thing is hot, hot, hot. All right. So there is that. And I'm going to pull these pieces back together so we can make sure we have our notches in here and they're all lined up the way that they should be. It's the hard part when you got to reline up everything. You know what? I think I'm going to do the interface pieces and the uninterfaced pieces. And there we go. All right. Notch there. Notch there. There, and I'm even going to put an extra notch in for the center, just so I know where that is. Okay, so this is good. And now let's do these pieces. All right, there we go. So that's done. So now I am going to stitch the uninterfaced pieces together at the right side. Using 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Back stitch. Oh man, you know what? I forgot to adjust this back, so we're going to do that again. All right, here we go. One more time. And back stitch. There we go. All right, it's cutting it close. Woo. All right. So, I mean, it's good. This is going to be enough for the zipper. So, okay. I feel good about it. Well, it's probably even going to be up here on the waist. So, yeah, we got room. We got room. All right. I was worried, but I think we're going to be fine. Okay, so we've done that. And then it says pin the lower edge. Okay, let me see. Interface. Okay, stitch the uninterfaced waistband sections together at the right side. So we put them right sides facing, and stitched on the right side only. And then interface waistband sections will be used as facing. Okay, so we're going to pin the lower edge of the waistband to the upper edge of the skirt. So, but did they have us connect the skirt pieces together? No, did they? Let's see. I don't see where they tell us to do that, but I feel like we were supposed to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I think we are supposed to stitch the front and back together. Yep. So early. It just basically said stitch front and back together at sides, leaving left side open above the large circle. So yeah. So we are going to do that right now before we put this waistband on. So this is make sure we have, this is the right side. And this is the right side. And we're leaving what side open? Left side, okay. So here we go. We're going to stitch, basically just stitch down the side. Five-eighths of an inch seam allowance. That's what we're doing. And I'm also going to use my pinking shears really quickly, and after we sew these two pieces together. And the notches are lining up, double notches. Lining up. Okay, there we go. My sister was calling me. Let me tell you. Okay. All right, so we've sewed the front and the back together. This is always a good time to do a little fit check. Make sure. I was very nervous about this, but I think we're going to be good. Yeah, look at that. The bottom is still kind of clamped together with the clamps because I think I need to do a basting stitch in there, but it might even be a little bit too big. So there's always that. But that's probably because my pleats probably were supposed to be a little closer together, not all these gaps in there, but this is the first time. The back actually looks better. Can y'all see that? I think. Anyway, this is the first time we've making this, so I'm gonna make it again for sure. All right, so we did that, and now it's saying, oh, actually we're supposed to sew up the left side too, but just stay open from the dot. So I have a pretty long zipper. It's a 9-inch zipper, but I have a 24-inch zipper that matches exactly. So I'm gonna make my zipper much longer than. So I'm just gonna sew up to the double notches because then my zipper will do the rest. And I'm actually going to I was going to do a basting stitch in, but I'm like, let me put the waistband on first. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can go back to the waistband. Okay, go back to the waistband, and it says stitch the waistband. We are truly honest at the end. Let's see. So we're going to pin the lower edge of the waistband to the upper edge of the skirt, and this is the non-interfaced part of the waistband. So the lower edge of the waistband to the upper edge of the skirt. So here's our waistband. This is the upper edge. This is the lower edge. So the lower edge to the upper edge. Let me just make sure. Okay. And I'm going to clip it first because the circles always give me a hard time. Circles, half circles. And I'm making my seams line up, so that lets me know right there I probably have a little bit of extra room, but it'll be okay. We're gonna make it work. Because this fabric had, even though it's woven, it's got a little room stretch in there. All right. Look at that. How things just line up. All right. How it just line up. Got a little extra room in here, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, I think we're gonna be good. I think we're good to go. I think we got everything clipped on the way we want it to. All right, now we're gonna stitch this on. Here we go. 5/8 inch seam allowance. That's what we're working with. Just taking my time, making sure that nothing is balled up in there. Just getting sewn on flat. I realized this white, it looks a little bit like it looks like linen, but it also looks like kind of a partially finished, just because it's this white. But hopefully once I'm finished it all, it has a much more polished look to it. Okay, here we go. All right, we are almost done sewing it on. Almost to the midpoint, I guess I should say. All right, to the midpoint. Go. last little bit. All right, and just like that, we have sewed our waistband on. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me show you. So this is the finished side of it. Again, the pleats don't look the best, but this is our first time. This is the first time, but we'll see how it looks when it's all finished, especially since I know now I'll be able to fit it. Oh my goodness. I just realized. Oh well. I just realized I sewed on one of the pieces backwards. I don't know how that happened, but it did. But oh well, we're not taking it apart. We are not. But I don't know how that happened. That's wild. The good news is that you really can't tell. You really cannot tell. But that's crazy that I did that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I sewed the waistband on backwards. That's what it is. I was like, what in the world? I showed you the wrong side. But I sewed the waistband on backwards. We're not going to be taking the waistband off. Not tonight. But that's why. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going to finish the skirt. But I sewed the waistband on backwards. Instead of right sides together, I did right side to wrong side. Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe I did that. Okay. What time is it? Oh yeah, we're not taking this out. So we're gonna work with it as it is. Because the bottom line is that you can't tell. You're not gonna be able to tell. And then I'll fix it after the fact because the fabric is just so, because I was like, why is this looking this way? What I just showed you was the wrong side. That's why the pleats, I was like, I didn't think the pleats look that bad. They actually look so much better. So yeah, we'll fix it after the fact. We're gonna fix it. So I'm not gonna use my basting tape to put the zipper in. I'm gonna use I'm just gonna sew it in because I'm gonna take it out. But I want to be able to try it on. Get out of here. I can't believe I did that. It's an easy mistake with this fabric that looks the same. You really can't tell. Okay. So we're wrapping up. So the next thing that we're doing is we are going to turn under 5/8 of an inch of our waistband. But are we sewing it together first? Yes, we are. Right side facing. We're going to sew it together. On the right side. 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. right. Did I run the thread? What happened? Nope, I have plenty of thread. I have thread in my needle, do I? No, I don't. Just rethreading my needle. Of course, it would happen right at this point. Not when I was sewing the waistband onto the wrong side. All right, here we go. Come on, needle. All right, there we go. Got it threaded. Hey, Crafty Creations, thank you for joining. We are putting our waistband on to our skirt, the interfacing portion. So I'm just lining it up and stitching both sides together. All right. Then we're going to press this out. We're going to press this out and then we're going to fold under the bottom. It says 5/8 of an inch. And the lower notch part. Just see. Okay, that's the curved part. And let's just make sure, did we notch that? Oh, we did. Okay, good. So I'm just going to turn it under and press it all the way around. And I'm just using some clips to help it stay. While it's cooling off. All right, there we go. Again, folding it under 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. This thing gets hot. All right. Got one side all done. We're going to finish up with this other side. again, I'm just clipping this to hold it. Ooh, sort of help it stay in place once it's cooled down. Ow, my foot. All right. Okay, so we have okay, we've done that, and then let's see, I think we are now attaching it to our skirt. Terrible. That's just terrible. I just can't believe I did that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't do it. I've got to take this out. I just can't bring myself to sew it together, to put the zipper in wrong when it's wrong. I just can't. All right, I'm gonna try this. All right, there we go. Oh, this thing. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm doing it. I'm taking it out. I just couldn't bring myself to sew it on. I had to like wrestle with it real quick with whether I wanted to do it. And I was like, okay, it's 10:29. I think I can sew this in, sew the zipper, and we could be done by 11. That's what I think. That's what I think. So I'm taking this out and sewing it in on the right side. Okay. It's coming out pretty quickly. What time is it? 10:31. By 10:35, we're going to be sewing it back on. They always say the first time you sew something is the hardest, not because this was hard, but just because you're learning all the things you have to do. And I think this is not bad considering I haven't sewn anything in over 3 months, since mid-March. April, May, June, July, 4 months. So y'all are doing this with me for the first time in 4 months. All right, 1 more minute has passed, and make a steady progress. Taking this out. The one thing my table is missing is I like to have a little bar to put my foot on. I have to figure that out. I need a little bar. All right. Okay, 33. 2 more minutes. We're going to be back on the sewing machine. Okay, last little bit. One more minute. We're going to be back on the sewing machine. I'm almost done. Fastest waistband we've ever taken out. Got this last little part to take out. Let's see. Oh, we should be back on the sewing machine any minute. Got a couple more little stitches to break, to rip through. Come on. It's like you seam rip it and then it doesn't come off. Last little piece. Last little teeny piece. Of course, we would get to this last little piece and then it would give me a hard time. All right, there we go. All right, so right side's facing, so that would help turn it on to the right side. And we are pinning this back on. And we're going right to the sewing machine. Woo! We've had a night. We have had a night. Pattern is good. Just made a few little glitches and one major. We're putting this waistband on backwards or wrong side. And I'm doing it again, Lord. Why? Let me start with the seam. Matching up the seam to the seam. Okay, here we go. Major seam and the major seam. So at least I caught it this time. Boy, you have to make sure that you are paying attention when you're sewing, because if you don't, you could literally make back-to-back mistakes. Down to the wire. I'm just pinning the waistband on. Go. And there we go. All right. Waistband is on, right side to right side. And now we are going to stitch. still optimistic. We could finish by 11. I don't know if y'all can hear all the motorcycles. No music, but motorcycles. All right. Halfway done. Oops. Oops. All right, halfway done with the waistband. More than halfway done, almost to the goal line. All right. Ta-da! Waistband is on. Okay. And now we are going to put the interfaced waistband on. Yes. And we're doing this. Yes. So basically we have our, let me just show you, we have our waistband on. Right side to right side. So if you flip it, it would look like, or not if you flip it, but if this is what it looks like, the waistband. So now we are literally taking the finishing part and we are sewing it, basically putting it on the same way. And sewing it. I don't know why this thing just keeps flipping. Okay. So we're stitching on the other part. Lining up the seams. And we're basically lining up the raw edges, so the folded part of the interfaced portion of the waistband should be facing down. and the raw edges of the waistband. So it should be right side to right side, the interfaced waistband with the uninterfaced with raw edges lined up. And I think this is going to be good enough. All right. And I think that's good. So we're about to sew this on across the top, the raw edges. Five-eighths of an inch. Oh man. All right. There we go. And we are sewing on. We are almost done. Of course. Well, I'm definitely not out of thread. So that's not it. All right, there we go. All right, let's try this again. Third time is the charm. Really, what are we doing here? We've been doing fine all day, and now the sewing machine wants to act a fool. Right when we got 10 minutes, we were like on target to finish. right. Ooh. Why? Why? Something is happening. Well, something is happening with my sewing machine. And I'm not really sure what. I think I've figured out, I found some thread down here. All right, so there's that. And there's that. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can. If it likes what we did, we can make this work. Oh. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so my sewing machine is acting weird. It's just started chewing up the fabric. So I am going to try to see if I can get it. I don't see my let me see. Oh wow. Oh, look at that. Two things I'm looking for. Oh shit. Okay. Well, that explains. There's a whole bunch of thread balled up in there. All right, so I think I have fixed it, hopefully. If not, then I may end up just taking it offline, fixing it, and then coming back. I mean, then showing everybody the final step in a video. Because at this point, it's 11 o'clock, and we were planning on being done. And then my sewing machine started acting crazy. And I'm having to take the whole thing apart. Okay. There we go. It's like, wait a minute. All right, I think I said this, I know 3 times already, but I think I might have figured it out. Okay. Clean out the lint buildup in the bobbin. Yeah, so that's why I just literally took it out, all out. There was a whole bunch of not only lint but thread balled up in there. So that now that's out. Got the lint out. Pray that that's what it was, because literally we got this and the zipper and we are done. Okay, there we go. Woo, I'm nervous. It got stuck again. Okay, so I think, oh my goodness, I'm trying to think what else I can do. I don't know what else I can do. All right, let me try to maybe shut the machine off and on. And then if that doesn't work, then I think we're gonna be just gonna I think something else is in here because it's making a funny noise and I don't know what it is. Thank you, Tydree. Thank you, Marilyn. Any more suggestions? Because I have literally. All right, you know what? Let's shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down really quick. Clean it out, taking out the little bobbin thing that I hate to take out because it takes forever to get it back in. But I don't know what else to do. We were literally doing fine. I'm putting the bobbin holder back in. This takes a minute. Okay, I think we got it in. Okay. All right, let's turn it on. Cross your fingers. We can get through this last part. Bobbin is fine. Maybe I... All right. And let me try to sew maybe a piece of scrap. See if that makes any difference. All right. So this is what we're going to do, because it started working okay, but then it kind of, so I'm going to have to take it off apart more and try to figure out if something is like broke in it, or, not working right. The last two steps that we have literally are to sew the interfaced waistband on. I've already have it attached. The clips at the bottom are basically just to hold the fold, but we would be sewing it at the top all the way around, and then we would be putting the zipper in. And I have an opening for the zipper. Those are the final two steps that we have to do. So I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more, try to see if I can fix it. And if I do it because of course, maybe it'll happen right when I get off live, I might hop back on. Otherwise, I will just record it and post it, the waistband and zipper to the skirt. You said, so I don't sew it's a contour waistband, so don't you sew the zipper into the waistband. Yes, so it'll be sewed in. Once this waistband is on, I'll flip it. Oh, actually, before I flip it, I will sew the waistband. I'll sew the zipper in, then I will flip it down. But to your point, yes, that's exactly right what I said, which is that we put the waistband on first. And it actually tells us to turn it to the inside, but when we put the zipper in, we're actually going to fold it all the way. Let me see. Yes, we're going to open it out, put the zipper in, only to this top part. So you're right. Even though we're folding it out, we're not going to take the zipper all the way to the top. We're going to just take it to where because this top part folds in to give it a finishing. But the waistband does go in first and then the zipper. So I'm not sure if that's what you were saying, Marilyn, but yeah, but those are the last two steps that we have, which is just to finish this waistband and zipper. I'm not sure what's going on with my machine. I do have a backup machine, but I want to try to figure it out because I feel like I could figure it out. And worst case scenario, I'll pull up my backup and finish it. But thank y'all for joining me. We have been on for almost 4 hours. And yes, it did take us 4 hours to do this skirt. It is still an easy skirt overall. It just takes a little bit of time because you have all these pleats. But otherwise, I would definitely make the skirt again, hopefully without any kind of glitches. But I cannot wait to try it on and finish it and try it on, which I hope to do tonight because I am going to continue to try to work on it a little bit. But if I don't, I will definitely post it sometime this weekend. So stay tuned for the finished skirt and me trying it on. I'll post probably some pictures, and then of course a video of the finishing part. So again, thank y'all so much for hanging in there, and I look forward to seeing y'all next Friday. My son said he's going to help me fix this. So either my son, Apple, or we're going to get a new iPad. Either way, next week I'm not going to be flipping this thing every minute. So anyway, thank you. Good night, Dee. Thank you so much, Marilyn. Tydri, thank you so much for hanging in there. And everybody else who hung in there for this 4 hours, thank you so much for joining me for my welcome back so long. I will be finishing up, but this is only the beginning. It only gets better from here. So see y'all next Friday. And again, it's going to be so much better because at a minimum, it's going to be better because we won't be flipping the screen every 2 to 3 minutes and you won't have to be looking at me like this sideways. So anyway, thank y'all so much. Good night. Good night, Dee. Good night, Marilyn. Good night, Tydri. Good night to everybody. And I will see y'all next week.